and the topic is ungoverned spaces as breeding ground for global terror, focus on Nigeria and the Lake Chad region. I'm going to start. The protocols, all due protocols observed. The world has become a global village in which events and occurrences is one part almost immediately and invariably impact on, in one part, almost immediately and invariably impact on other parts in ways far more significant, whether positive or negative, than the causal observer may perceive. It is in this general context that one will be beaming the searchlight on how the interplay of the current and dynamics driving and thrown up by these events and issues in faraway Nigeria could impact not only the United States, but also the rest of the global village. So zeroing in on the core of the tripartite phenomenon of the trans-regional terrorism, ethnic crossing country migration, and the sociopolitical marginalization of indigenous Nigerians, the common strand running through these three seems to be flowing from and framed by the activities of the trans-regional Boko Haram and Fulani herdsmen terror machineries, ranking first and fourth on the Global Terror Index, with Nigeria having the dubious honor of being home to these two world-acclaimed terror merchants. The Nexia Accord between the aforementioned tripartite phenomenon, therefore, is the fact that there is a clearly identifiable ethnic group, the Fulani, whose so-called herdsmen in a trans-border migration setting has been engaged in terrorizing indigenous communities across vast expanses of the Middle Belt and Southern Nigeria, creating massive sociopolitical upheavals at the time of the federal government of Nigeria, as well as the headship of the armed forces. Police force and other armed security services of Nigeria are almost exclusively in the hands of the Fulani, in a manner that spells sociopolitical marginalization for the indigenous Nigerians. It is pertinent to recall that the governor of Kaduna State, Nasser El-Rufai, had, in the aftermath of one of the most deadly attacks on the indigenous community in southern Kaduna by the so-called Fulani herdsmen, admitted publicly that the killer herdsmen were Fulani from outside Nigeria, and that he, El-Rufai, had, as governor of Kaduna State, sent large sums of money to those Fulani killer herdsmen in 14 different countries, from which they crossed into Nigeria to cause, kill, maim, rape, dislodge indigenous communities to appease and persuade them to stop the killings. This removes any conjecture as to the cross-border character of the terror. So the question of political marginalization is also self-evident in the acutely clannish and nepotistic appointment of the current president of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, who happens to be Fulani himself, and whose only other known vocation after decades of military career is cow breeding. He is also the grand patron of Métis Allah Cow Breeders Association of Nigeria, MACBANS, which unabashedly presents itself as the sponsors and spokesperson of the murderous Fulani herdsmen. Now, these are its findings. Number one, that the most catalytic factor to these multifaceted regional transborder challenges is ethnic, that's Fulani, and the compound being religion, which is jihad. Number two, that the methods and strategies deployed by other adversarial transborder migrants thrive best in ungoverned spaces. Number three, that the virus behind the spread of these near intractable trinity of challenges is the failure of the regime of the rule of law in the vast territories currently engulfed by these challenges. Number four, that the chief enabler of that virus fueling the failure of the rule of law is the warped constitutional order imposed and manipulated by the same ethnic forces behind the problematic and adversarial transborder migration, now threatening the already distressed Federation of Nigeria, as well as the stability of the West African sub-Saharan region. Number five, that the global Islamic Caliphate and its committant terror machinery, which was being challenged and housed in the Middle East took advantage of the contiguous and largely ungoverned spaces that still stray from Somalia to northern Mali, birthing in Nigeria, where it is its local franchise. Boko Haram was reinforced to seize political power and now driving a vicious seaward campaign of conquest and colonization spiced with ethnic cleansing against Nigeria's indigenous communities and establishing a new fortress for the kind of global Islamic caliphate that is sought to establish in Iraq and Syria, which would include Chad, Niger Republic, northern Mali, and the adjoining Libya. The resultant behemoth will endanger the peace of global community in an unprecedented manner. Number 6, that unless something happens very fast to halt and quarantine this monster rapidly entrenching itself in the Lake Chad region, with Nigeria as its hub, we might suddenly come to where the global community finds itself having to contend with a humongous monster that is armed with vast resources that would include the entire oil and gas output from Nigeria, as well as a vast sovereign space measuring more than 5 times the size of Nigeria, with a distressed population in excess of 250 million people. It is against this backdrop of foregoing and in search of viable solution options that I chose to focus my attention on establishing the nexus between ungoverned spaces and global terror, with a view to helping persuade potential destinations of the brewing global terror, especially the US, to act in good time to arrest the situation. Recent examples of this nexus abound around the globe, with Al-Shabaab and Al-Qaeda being in the most notorious. Now, the recommendations. Pastor Tony, I think he gave about 3 recommendations. Number 1, with the complete collapse of the false farmers and herders clashes narrative from the June 5 to June 11, 2019, the IRF roundtables at the Capitol Hill, having established the direct nexus between ungoverned spaces and global terror with Nigeria in focus, having also established the causative factors of the failure of rule of law, as well as the centrality of the warped, imposed, and thoroughly disputed Constitution of Nigeria to the failed regime of rule of law, it is within the reach of the United States to deploy existing policy strategies to proactively contain these direct threats to its national security, which may begin with a clearly worded resolution of the Congress or Senate of the United States, articulating the findings from these June or July 2019 roundtables regarding the clearly established case of Fulani invasion and ethnic cleansing of the indigenous nationalities of Nigeria. The recent failed Ruga cow colony gambit, as well as the 30-day ultimatum of the so-called coalition of northern youths, are indications of the depth of desperation driving the Fulani invasionists. Number 2, in view of the urgency of the multifaceted challenge of the adversarial transporter migration in Nigeria and the Lake Chad Basin, the US administration needs to move more quickly towards appointing a special US envoy for Nigeria and the Lake Chad region to immediately rally the resources required to apply the quarantine plan, which will revolve around the swift easing out of the disputed imposed constitutional instrument currently tearing Nigeria down, offered all stakeholders by the ongoing consensual democratic processes of the endangered indigenous nationalities of Nigeria as embodied by the Freedom Park Proclamation of December 11, 2018. Number 3, considering the ethno-religious factors now identified as fueling the adversarial transporter migration in Nigeria, with the resultant socio-political marginalization of the indigenous nationalities of Nigeria as enabled by the imposed, disputed 1999 Constitution of Nigeria, now on the verge of collapse. Actually, it has collapsed, actually. The situation in Nigeria closely resembled the terminal stages of the South African apartheid constitution challenge that was resolved by a structured transitioning process between 1990 and 1994. Accordingly, guided by the Freedom Park Proclamation of December 11, 2018, and in the face of inconclusive Park Proclamation of December 11, 2018, and in the face of the inconclusive Nigerian presidential election of 2019, the greatest assistance the U.S. can offer the distressed and embattled indigenous peoples of Nigeria would be to help shepherd in a manner that would hurt the ethnic-driven trans-regional terrorism, ethnic cross-country migration, and comprehensively address the long-standing sociopolitical marginalization of the indigenous nationalities of Nigeria, whilst also arresting the national security threats to the U.S. represented by the current situation in Nigeria. So this was presented by Barrister Tony Nadim, the Secretary General of the Lower Niger Congress, July 16, 2019. All right, you can take it from there.
Right, thank you, Sister Augusta. Thank you so much. Sister Ekwe, please go ahead. Sister Ekwe, unmute yourself.
I'm trying to go there. I was somewhere else. Yes, we are showing our people, because on this show, we don't carry propaganda. We tell you what is going on. It's just that sometimes when I tell our people, some will not believe because they will not agree that our people have actually gone that far. So we're playing the next video, and this video is for you to understand what is being done. The U.S. Congress is conducting a hearing into the worsening conflicts and religious killings in Nigeria, like our brother presented to them. So you see what is happening after that. You made proposals, and by the grace of God, those proposals were looked into, and now they're having congressional hearing so that they can have a congressional resolution and do what they need to do. And you might make it, it might be of importance for you to recognize that this is coming immediately after the joint multi-regional proclamation of constitutional force majeure that we've been announcing on this platform, which happened on the 16th of December, 2020. So you see how everything is going in tandem.
Mm-hmm.
We want our people to understand what democracy is, that you actually have power and you can do things if you follow the law and follow the protocol. Yes. Please go ahead.
Yes, absolutely. So I'm going to play this video. This was what day? It was this week, right, Sister Ekwe?
Yes, a few days ago. I think it was 4 days ago.
Today's hearing, I would like to thank, first of all, at the outset, our witnesses for sharing their expertise and views. What I believe is a very, very important and timely hearing following a week in which the U.S. Department of State designated Nigeria a country of particular concern, or CPC country, and also when the chief prosecutor for the International Criminal Court, Fatou Bensouda, announced that a well-founded basis exists for investigating Nigeria for crimes against humanity and war crimes, including investigating both terror organizations such as Boko Haram and the Nigerian security forces. I would note that the focus that the Lantos Commission has had over the years with numerous hearings and briefings on Nigeria, and that I have had as past chairman of the House Foreign Affairs Subcommittee on Africa, Global Health, Global Human Rights. I now serve as its ranking member and co-chairman of this commission. We have focused on Nigeria for a very, very long time, and many of us have traveled there, met with survivors of the Chibok girls' abduction, some family members, as well as some of the young women, and have pressed the case of human rights, especially as it relates to terror organizations, for many years. And it's been both sides of the aisle have been very focused on this, as it ought to be, and the executive branch. The United States and the international community, I believe, must do more to mitigate the violence, because above all, the dire situation on the ground warrants it. The killings, the kidnappings, and sexual abuse is absolutely unconscionable. We should do more because the people of Nigeria deserve to live in peace and freedom with their fundamental human rights guaranteed and protected. And because Nigeria is the largest country in Africa, and what happens there has an outsized impact on West Africa and in Africa as a whole. Nigeria is so large, its population is forecast by some to reach over 400 million by 2050, overtaking the United States as the world's third most populous country. And its economic and political leadership in sub-Saharan Africa is so impactful that we simply cannot ignore it. A stable and prosperous Nigeria contributes to stable and prosperous neighbors. Conversely, an unstable Nigeria, racked by poverty and violence, does not contribute to the well-being of its neighbors, but rather can lead to their destabilization in turn. I chaired a hearing on Nigeria almost 2 years ago to this day, noting that Nigeria was at a crossroads at that time. Today we see escalating violence along ethnic and religious lines, exacerbated by economic, social, and political tensions. It is getting worse. Among the 7 Nigerian hearings that I previously chaired were a series of hearings that with respect to the designation of Boko Haram as a foreign terrorist organization, or FTO, along with the bipartisan bill which I introduced, HR 3209, that would have called for that designation. While it may sound surprising to some today, for the historical record, it must be stated that the designation of Boko Haram as a foreign terrorist organization was strenuously opposed by the State Department at that time, then led by Secretary of State Hillary Clinton and Assistant Secretary for Africa, Johnny Carson.
Wow.
At one of my hearings in 2012, July 10th to be exact, I asked the Secretary why the Obama administration refused to designate.
Did you guys hear that? That Obama administration and Clinton, Clinton, the state secretary at that point, refused to designate Boko Haram as a terrorist organization. This is what we've been telling people about this group of people, politicians that are politicking the lives of our people, why some people are confused about what we're trying to do and where we're trying to go. These people, they have hands. Today.
Boko Haram as an FTO, foreign terrorist organization. And he said, quote, "It's an important question. We have indeed designated 3 individuals who we think are in top leadership positions to that list, but we have not designated the entire organization because we do not believe that Boko Haram is a homogeneous organization.
Wow.
We believe that the larger element of Boko Haram is not interested in doing anything but attempting to discredit, disgrace the Nigerian government." The refusal to designate Boko Haram an FTO went on for about 3 years.
Yeah, why people are being killed every day.
John Kerry became Secretary of State, and Linda Thomas Greenfield became the Assistant Secretary for Africa. In fact, it was at a November 2013 hearing that I chaired that Linda Thomas Greenfield publicly announced that Boko Haram would be designated a foreign terrorist organization. It was right before we were going to mark up the bill. So today, thankfully, there is a widespread recognition that Boko Haram, along with its breakaway and perhaps now more powerful faction, the Islamic State West Africa, is clearly a terror threat. But today's hearing will address a related but not as clearly understood phenomenon, which is the violence, mass killings, and atrocities in the middle belt of Nigeria that is a correlate to the violence perpetrated by Boko Haram and others. These acts of horrific violence, which we will hear testimony about, are committed in large part by Fulani militants. And I want to underscore that it's important that we do name those responsible for the violence.
Absolutely.
That it's ethno-religious component, because there has been a lot of moral equivocation on this point, including by the State Department. Yet the situation has some degree of complexity. Yes, there are tensions between farmers and pastoralists exacerbated by climate change. There are counter reprisals committed against members of the Fulani community, although they are relatively rare, including those who are innocent of any wrongdoing. But that does not negate the fact that the largest dominant driver of conflict in the Middle Belt region is committed by Fulani extremists who appear driven in large part by ethno-religious chauvinism against mostly Christian farmers, though I do note that there are elsewhere Shia Muslims who are also victims, and that intra-Sunni conflicts also exist within the Muslim community as well. Nigerian Bishop William Avenya will testify today that, and I quote in part, "The mass slaughter of Christians in Nigeria's Middle Belt by every standard meets the criteria for a calculated genocide from the definition of the Genocide Convention." And yet he notes, and I quote him again, "No one has ever been arrested or questioned or prosecuted or convicted of any charge related to this spree of killings, which has been going on for at least 5 years. In its November 18, 2020 report to the International Criminal Court, the Jubilee campaign writes, and I quote in pertinent part, "Violence that has taken place in Nigeria's Middle Belt is spiraling out of control, costing the lives of thousands of civilians and destabilizing the country and region. The violence is often characterized as a, quote, intercommunal conflict between herders and farmers over natural resources. However, the well-worn label is now obsolete due to the increasing asymmetry in attacks, as well as the steadily increasing frequency and organizational planning of Fulani militant attacks against civilian targets." It's worth noting that what separates this situation from that of Boko Haram and the Islamic State, West Africa, is the fact that the Nigerian government under President Buhari is dominated by the Fulani. This is true of the military and the state security forces, but increasingly other institutions of power as well, including the Supreme Court of Nigeria, where Buhari engineered the ouster of Chief Justice Walter Onengen. We have also seen the sidelining of members of the Fulani community who have demonstrated a commitment to peace, including the ouster of the Emir of Kano in March of this year.
I don't know about that.
At a time when the COVID epidemic was becoming the focus of our attention and all eyes were off that situation. While there is now a consensus that Boko Haram is engaged in terrorism, that consensus breaks down when the issue of Fulani extremism comes up, a topic I hope we will explore today and gain a better understanding of. I'm also concerned about the apparent inability, or perhaps even reluctance, of the Nigerian federal government under President Buhari to stop the violence in the Middle Belt, or even at times to unequivocally condemn the attacks. As I've said before, it's critically important that Fulani political leaders such as President Buhari, Fulani leaders, religious leaders such as the Sultan of Sokoto, and Fulani institutions such as the Cattlemen's Association, all of whom have authority and influence among the Fulani militants, unequivocally condemn these attacks and use their power and influence to promote peace and to promote reconciliation. It is not sufficient that such condemnation be issued in English as well. Rather, they must be articulated in Hausa and Fulfulde. Again, I want to thank my colleagues who will be joining us today, and I would like to yield. We do have some members who are here and some who are here virtually who might want to make opening comments. So, Mr. McGovern, Co-Chair McGovern, are you?
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. And I join my colleague and Co-Chair Chris Smith in welcoming the witnesses and the public to this Tom Lantos Human Rights Commission hearing on the deteriorating human rights situation in Nigeria with a focus on the Middle Belt. I understand that there are other members of the commission who will be joining us or who may submit written statements for the record. I appreciate their participation and I look forward to what they will have to say. Ambassador Brownback, it's good to see you again, and I'll take this opportunity to thank you for your work as Ambassador at Large for International Religious Freedom. I know that you have spoken out on behalf of members of many faiths, including Uyghur and other Turkic Muslims and Tibetan Buddhists in China, and Rohingya Muslims in Burma. As a practicing Catholic, I benefit greatly from the freedom of religion that we have historically enjoyed here in the United States. I am also deeply aware that unless and until freedom of belief is guaranteed for everyone on an equal basis, whatever their faith's tradition, it is not truly guaranteed for anyone. So I appreciate your work. Nigeria is important. It is Africa's most populous country and its largest economy, an influential regional political actor and a top trading partner, recipient of foreign investment and beneficiary of U.S. foreign assistance.
Yeah, using it for
Nigerians
terrorism.
make up the largest African-born population in the United States. Nigeria is also facing very serious and long-standing human rights challenges with characteristics and dynamics that vary by region. In the Northeast, conflict between the military and U.S. designated foreign terrorist organizations, Boko Haram and the Islamic State West Africa province, has killed tens of thousands over the past decade, displaced millions, and caused a protracted humanitarian crisis. Most members of Congress are familiar with Boko Haram's abduction of 276 girls from Chibok in 2014 and ISWAP's abduction of 110 girls from Dapchi in 2018. Although Muslim communities in Northeast Nigeria have borne the brunt of the violence of these two groups, the victims of the Chibok and Dapchi were Christians. In Nigeria's Northwest, conflict between pastoralists and farmers has escalated as part of a broader deterioration in security conditions involving cattle rustling.
All right. So in the interest of time, we will post this whole video on our platform, on our page, just for you to see the work that has been done. We will tell you that these things takes time. You know, people used to say, what is a map man, madman? They miss madman and map man together because they're making fun of what we're doing. And we're telling them that you're screaming, you're ranting, your ad boss is not gonna get you anywhere. It's the due process, getting things done by the legal process platform. No other way, just get it through your head. Thank you, LNC, for the unbelievable work that you guys have done on our behalf while we are busy being stupid and acting like miscreants that most of them are, you know, because I hate to include myself in that nonsense. Thank you guys for the things that you're doing, the international religious community. Thank you guys so much, because this is whatever works that will get them to bring their attention, laser focused attention in our area. That's what we want to get done. And as you can see, the work is speaking for itself. These people are telling you they even know more than our people, because our people did not know it was Hillary and Obama that put us in this situation. When we are screaming on this show, they think it's a joke. They think it's about them, and we're saying that these people are the ones playing with our lives, and they don't want to hear. So here we are now. Thank God for mercies. Thank God for goodness and mercies. Sister Uki, please go ahead.
Thank you so much, Sister Mona. Honestly, the facts, you can't deny facts.
Yeah,
you might want to wish it away.
Believe it now.
Yes, you might want to wish it away, but it won't go away. It's there. We've told you this severally. This is what it is. We are happy that it's coming from their mouth, from the people that should say it. The people that should say it are saying it. And that's why we show videos. We can come and tell you that they said, but now we are showing you. And you see them mentioning Ambassador Brownback, who is the ambassador at large for international religious freedom, because the civilized world, when they want to do something, they follow due process. Mm-hmm. They follow legal way. They say from step 1 to step 2. That's why all the people that were making noise, they didn't listen to them. Until LNC MNA came with their step 1, step 2, step by step of what needs to be done. They presented it. That presentation was supposed to be number 10. But when they read through it, they moved it to number 3. Immediately after the first 2 lawyers, our brother Tony came in. The video you saw was just that's not the official video. That was just evidence to show our people. The official video is still available. And in due course, they're going to say those things. This is for you to see that this is what it will take to get you the freedom, the independence you're looking for. Other nations did it. Our own will not be different. Stop throwing tantrums around. Follow the due process. So like today, my sister said we're discussing the ungoverned spaces. And we want to tell you how to identify this, to know, when you see that we'll say characteristics of ungoverned spaces, what you will see to know that your space has fallen into a category of spaces known as ungoverned. There will be failure of law. There will be failure of local policing. There will be security. Failure of security apparatus, an entire sector. Failure of legal system. Corruption of judicial system. These are the things you'll be seeing. There will be justice gap between the victims and sponsors of terror in that land. There will be justice gap. You'll be seeing things, and you will see something going on and nobody's saying anything. They're not bringing the people that are responsible. They're just behaving as if there's something happening to them. Ungoverned spaces breed global terrorism, like Sister Mona said. In Nigeria, it has been established that there's state-sponsored terrorism against the people of Nigeria. The government of Nigeria is the one sponsoring terrorism against the people of Nigeria. Like Iran, Buhari promised to spread Sharia in every part of Nigeria. He did not hide to say it. That is what he's doing through jihad, spread of terror, and ethnic cleansing throughout the nation. That is what is going on in your face, my people. Wake up.
Mm-hmm.
These terrorists are committing mass atrocities without being held responsible. They will make videos and show you, this is my face. But if our people carry toy gun and make video, they will capture them and kill them. But these other ones are making videos with real AK-47. Nobody is holding them.
Ekwe, did you say toy gun? We don't even have toy gun. It is stick and flag and paper that we carry, placards. We don't even have toy guns.
Right there.
So they are killing us because the country itself is sponsoring the killings.
Yes.
You know, and the people, the official people, sorry for cutting you. I'm just...
No, you didn't, my sister. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I just want to say that I'm not using toy gun. So the people that are working, that are supposed to work for us are the one actually telling us that their hands are tied, that they cannot get one single Boko Haram, one single Fulani headsman, one single Maheti Allah, one single terrorist. They can't get them and persecute them. Rather,
what does that tell you?
They will rehabilitate them and put them back in the same army to get our people killed.
Okay. So what does that tell you? That the Boko Harams themselves, that the ones you should fear. So that's why
their patron now, not be so.
Exactly, Brad is their patron. So, and America knows this, because that's what we're telling our people. Amuna will explain to us, you know, how important it is to make the international communities to understand truth, to understand what is going on, not ranting. It is not radio ranting. Nobody's listening to your radio ranting. The only reason they will listen to that is, you know, when you say something that will affect them, that they'll come and pick you up and kill you. Not for its strategy. That is just to make sure, to mark you, to make sure they are not going too far. When you go too far, they come for you. So we are talking about what you need to see and know that your space has fallen into ungoverned spaces. So we say that the government will turn the other way, like Sister Augusta said. When the indigents are being gruesomely massacred, you will see something, you are crying your heart out. The governor will look the other way. The government will look the other way. Everybody will look the other way. They say, I did not see you. Did you see? I did not see.
They will tie their hands.
Their hands are
by
tied.
themselves.
By themselves. They tie their hands by themselves. I said, I did not see. See no evil, hear no evil, and speak no evil. These are the things. So there will be no policy in that land to deal with this age-long butchery of citizens. It didn't start today. Growing up, I have friends from Southern Kaduna. One of my friends, he went home, we were living in Jos. He went home, he didn't come back. And they said he was killed in a clash between Southern Kaduna and whatever. That was the end.
How?
It didn't start today. We almost lost my only brother in Metasina, Kano in the 80s. It's the same terror being spread around. It's not different. So these things have been going on for years, and people say they're not seeing. See no evil, speak no evil. Every minute, government shows the inability and unwillingness to prevent and stop these war crimes. Because we're at war, people. This is war. If this is not war, what is war again? So every minute you see the government of the land demonstrating the inability and the unwillingness to even do anything to prevent it or to stop it. They're not interested. Massive ethnic cleansing everywhere. Communities are being sacked and being replaced before our eyes. We are seeing it. In just one night, 500 massacred. They killed them, renamed the area, and put their own people inside there. You see terrorists stealing and taking over lands and resources in areas. They're not hiding it. There's no justice for the victims.
Nope.
Rather, the government is covering up and even stopping information from going out, undermining the so-called military. Because we actually have military in Nigeria. It's not the Nigerian military that has to be keeping like a peace force.
Peace.
West Africa and everything.
Mm-hmm.
They train them. They are UK trained. They are London trained. They are US trained. Why are they so incapacitated? What is going on? Good Luck during his own time told us that Boko Haram is inside his government. Boko Haram is inside military. The Boko Haram have infiltrated Nigerian military. And you can see Buhari now took over, rehabilitating them in his own words, and putting them into military. What is he doing? He's infiltrating Nigerian military. How can these few officers be in the same military with terrorists and you think you get security? When you strategize to go this side, the Boko Haram military that is inside your military will go the other side. You're not doing anything. You're wasting time. So it's not possible. Someone is intentionally undermining the effort of Nigerian military. It's not hard to see. You look at it, you see it. They're not dummies. These Nigerian military, they're trained officers, well-trained, but somebody is undermining them. That's why for how many years, Boko Haram, they can't do anything about it. How can you fight an enemy that is living with you inside? You can't do anything. Your hands are tied, legs tied, blindfolded, everything. The lives of true citizens in Nigerian military is in danger. That's what we're telling our brothers and sisters in Nigerian military. Those military people, those from Yoruba land, those from Igbo land, those from Lower Niger area, those from Middle Belt, know that your life is in danger. You are not safe.
Nope.
If you continue to fight for Nigeria, you are not safe. What we are doing today, we are doing for you as well. We want to bring professionalism into military. You will love your job, not this thing you're doing. Join the people. Work with the people. Your effort is being made to be non-effective because some people are undermining it. There's even no infrastructure. Other nations, their security, here, like the security, the police vehicle, when you see the gadgets inside it, I fear will catch you. You're not only afraid.
When you see the policeman go, they hungry you to become one.
I'm telling you.
You see their outfit, the way they dress or something. You know, the sense, I don't know, it's so messed up.
All the gadgets, the things you need to work. Okay, where is electricity? You want to, for you to combat terror, you need to have data, and when you have your computer, those are in the office, sir. They need to have standard operating office to combat terrorism. There's no electricity to run the computers. You need modern technology for surveillance, for everything. No electricity, ordinary electricity. No street lights in the places you're trying to look at. How do you combat crime in darkness?
They can combat themselves. That's what they're doing.
It is crazy. Nigeria does not have electricity to even power ordinary kettle for tea, let alone for security and judiciary system. The courts, files. No, that country is failed. There's no meaningful economical or agricultural activity that can go on in an area that is ungoverned. So what are we saying? Hunger is staring us, and food shortage, they're staring us at the face.
Yep.
Because the people can't farm. They're killing them. So nobody's going to farm. They say they have to pay before they can go to the farm.
They have to get clearance.
They have to get clearance.
And the government is okay with that.
There won't be any civilization in any ungoverned space. No civilization. Remember, they say Boko Haram means civilization is abomination. So they are trying to spread uncivilization everywhere, even where you're trying to create civilization. That's for the Igbo people that say they are doing an Igbo development. You can't develop where terrorists are governing. As you build one, they destroy it. They will have reason to destroy it. And you cannot cohabit with terrorists. First thing first, your land has fallen into the space they call ungoverned space. There's no amount of development that you put there that will make sense. One single policy, they will ruin everything.
Shakam.
Apartheid is in our land. We need to uproot apartheid first.
Apartheid is a nice word. It's impending doom.
Serious one. Serious impending doom. Nigeria is actually now a rogue state and has become a threat toward peace and progress. Nigeria has become an entity that the people are watching out for, like, oh my goodness, we need to do something about this enclave. The thing that is breeding inside here, if we allow it to explode, it will affect everyone. So that's why America is interested. I was chatting with somebody saying, America will not help you. I said, America is helping themselves. Are they helping you? Are you invalid? Are you crippled? Are you disabled? You don't have brain? They're helping themselves. You help yourself. We don't know in this world is balancing. Bring what you want to bring to the table. They will bring what they want to bring to the table. Then you will discuss and negotiate. Stop incapacitating yourself and making ourselves look as if we are brain dead. We are not brain dead. We know what we're doing. The world cannot afford ungoverned spaces anywhere. Not in Africa, not in Nigeria. Because when you breed terrorism, you export it. It's like breeding chicken. When you're somewhere breeding chicken, when you finish breeding, you will sell the meat chicken now. So if you have ungoverned space, you are there breeding terrorism because there's no form of government monitoring what is going on there. You are breeding terrorism. When you finish, what will you do? You export it. So America is going to have more bombings, and they don't want that. So it's a matter of national security. I'm saying it for my people that think America will not want to help you. Please come up. Can you grow up? Let's be on the table and talk. Stop being under the table. Let your brain function, please. I beg you. Why is it that the rule of law has failed in Nigeria? Why? Something is making something to fail. When something happens, something is making, even science teaches you that something has to push something before it fall down. My children will say, in those days when they were growing up, I said the cup fell. I said, no, cup is a non-living thing. It cannot fall. You mistakenly pushed it down. Something happened to the cup and it fell down and broke. Something is making the law to fail in our land. What is it? Constitutional arrangement of Nigeria. There is something that is making all the effort that you're putting as a Nigerian citizen, hardworking. There's something that is watering it down. There's something that is making it ineffectual. That is the Constitution. So what are the consequences of allowing ungoverned spaces? What are the consequences? Like we said before, you're breeding global terrorism, not local terrorism.
And they're coming for you.
Like our brother Tony said, it's like breeding mosquitoes. America now understands this. You're breeding mosquitoes. When you finish breeding mosquitoes, mosquitoes will spread, bite people, and there'll be malaria everywhere and death everywhere. It's like you're in a lab grouping COVID. After cooking COVID, I don't know, they said they cooked it. Something like that. So we use it and explain. So now in Nigeria, they are cooking terrorism for the whole world. When they finish cooking it, they will spend it. That is global terrorism everywhere. Because when these terrorists get the resources in our land, they will use it to sponsor terrorism. And the world does not want that. America does not want that. That's why America is crying out. Because when you finish breeding terrorism, you export it. When your mates are exporting important things, you'll be exporting terror. America understands that. Underdevelopment and inability to reach any meaningful, sustainable developmental goal in this 21st century. That's what will happen if you allow your space to be ungoverned. This for my local brothers and sisters that are saying, why are you doing this thing? Why? Yes, we are doing it because if we don't do it, if you continue to have your spaces ungoverned, there will not be any meaningful development that will go there. And our children will continue to die at Mediterranean Sea. deserts, Libya dungeon, everywhere. We don't want that anymore as mothers.
And potential death for whoever that is asking that question.
I'm telling you. Esther, please go ahead.
Right. So, and that's why it's important to get other people involved in what we're doing. That this is not what you can go on some radio and start screaming, that you have to make this thing make sense to people, right? Yeah, they have intelligence and all that stuff, but at least there's no one, it's like something that is happening at home. Nobody will know that information more than the people that live in that home, you know, yes. So we talk about the importance of engaging the world in this dialogue. It's important because we want to expose and dismantle the age-long lies against indigenous people of Africa. This has been ongoing, you know, they will tell their own story, herders and their clashmen or herders clash and farmers. So it also gives us the opportunity to collapse that narrative. We've been hearing this. I remember spending my day one day just replying to all the newspapers and all the news line when they mentioned, oh, herders, farmers and herders clash thing going on. And you wonder, what kind of people are this? You can clearly see what is going on here. And these people, whether they were paid by the terrorists to write these things up, I don't know. So you will be the only one. Somebody will say, oh, you're figuring it out. And we're telling them, no, there's terrorism going on in our land. And finally, we're getting people to come out and speak it in a congressional hearing. So when you engage the world, it gives the international communities, especially the US, the opportunity to have a better understanding of the situation. It will also allow the indigenous people to be part of the solution to their problems. We don't want to be in the background anymore, while other people are coming up with solutions. In that case, we can show the world that we're intelligent enough to manage our affairs. We can be on the discussion table where our destiny is being discussed. Our brother Tony was present. Imagine if he wasn't there. Imagine if we are off doing the radio broadcast with people that are doing radio broadcasts. Thank God for high IQ, that someone understood that we need to do more than that. There's some groundwork. There's some protocols that must be observed. Aren't we tired of seeing the unnecessary bloodshed in Africa over the issues that we can resolve peacefully, as is done in other continents? Why is it so hard for us to do? LNC have done a marvelous job. They have helped the owners of the land to come together and speak in one voice and identify the common enemy, the Fulani government and their 1999 military decree. Everybody is understanding this. That's why it took 21 years, because look at even now that we're telling some people in a platform, we're coming out every Saturday, they are still struggling in their mind to understand. Do you see why this will take 21 years? Because you yourself that have access to social media, you're still having an issue understanding. Thanks to their work, there is now an agreement on what needs to be done to stop the enemy. Each federating bloc or nationality has repudiated the 1999 Constitution in their own region through solemn assembly. These are groundwork, that painstaking work that took time to get done, to get people to come on board and see things from your own perspective. And you can see their strategy is not the one that you cause people out. It's not the one that will cause you to create enemies everywhere. Unlike when we are doing the other ones, we are creating enemies everywhere. We can't stand our family members because they don't believe in what we're saying. And you can see the peace that comes with this strategy because it makes sense to people when you tell them. Their great work of all our brothers and sisters in that enclave called Nigeria led us to constitutional force majeure, which was declared on December 16, 2020. This is a major milestone. You guys are not even, you can't even begin. I kept attributing this to like Jesus, when Jesus was born. You don't even know what you just, that was the freedom that was handed to you on a platter of gold when that declaration was made. So we have petition going around to be signed by the people if you want to be part of it. We told you guys on this show time with that number that this is you don't want a country where some random guy will get you freedom. You want to be a stakeholder. You want to be part of what is being done. You don't want somebody to go and make decision and then force it on you. You want to be part of the project. Because this is all made possible because we have better informed international communities and bodies. My sister Ekwi, she talked about international imperatives over and over again. Some people say, oh, it's big English. This is it. It has materialized. When you get those people that actually, whether you like it or not, they are the decision makers. All we are doing is how can we find ourselves on the table where these decisions are being made? And LNC, through their strategy, finally got on that table. That's what we're talking about. We told you guys over and over again that ranting, throwing tantrum, fucking pacifier ain't gonna do it for you. You have to speak as an adult. You have to have your thoughts. You have to have your plan. You have to bring up your strategies. You have to show them how it has to make sense. Americans are not going to go by emotion. If you say when you're crying, you make them mad, they will ask you, why are you crying? They are not here for crying. They are killing us. So here we are, blood everywhere. No, they know about blood everywhere. It does not bother them. They want facts. Facts is what they want. So we thank the people that have done this marvelous job. We don't want to take credit. All we are here is to share. We are here to share with our people the great work these people have done and allowing us even to be part of this enormous project. We are honored to be part of it because it makes sense. I remember when we had to go look for free, when we left the other channel, we were like, oh my God, our people still need for, because some people, when they left, they want to hit somewhere. Some people even thought they took their radio and took it to cloud and disappeared. But because we are mothers, we say, what is there for our people? Who else can do this? We started looking. And we find out that our brothers and sisters have been doing some great work underground without making noise. And we knew it was genuine. And that's why we swore that we will help them drive that point home. So we are so proud, so thankful that the work that has been done so far will definitely lead us to the outcome that we desire so much. Thank you. Sister Augusta, please go ahead.
Yeah, we really, really want to thank our brothers and sisters, because initially we thought it was just Brother Tony carrying file, as some people will say, is carrying map up and down. But the truth about it is that you all saw the lead signatures, the signatories, those that signed for the force majeure. So these are not ordinary people. So we thank everybody that has been part of this. And the countdown continues. Today is the 11th day of the force majeure. So we are counting down. We are counting down. So Nigerian government can decide to do whatever they want to do, but we are counting down. So the importance of international imperative, as Sister Ekwi normally say, international imperative, you know, they think is big grammar, but what we want to know is the part that the international community will play in this. So America is already leading the world in looking into facts. America looks at facts. There's this saying that goes in my profession, if it is not documented, it did not happen. So it has to be documented. There has to be a visual documentation, or there has to be a written documentation. So if it was not documented, it did not happen. So with America, it has to be like that. And that is why America is not emotional. They're not. So when they notice they lack information or there's a gap of information, they pay extra time or to get additional facts. Of course, additional facts has to be gotten for them to, you know, and take their decision on whatever the case may be. Proper analysis of facts on ground promotes respect for the indigenous peoples and victims by inviting them to tell their own stories, not just depending on what the ambassadors will say or the diplomatic communities are telling them. If you remember, when, wasn't that last year, when President Trump, no, I think it was Vice President Pence invited the Vice President of Nigeria to America to talk about the killings. He came and he was the one even flaunting the farmers, clasher, elders, and all that nonsense.
So they sent him now. They sent him.
They sent him because he actually invited the ambassador first. The ambassador said, this one don't pass me. We need to get somebody, the top notch. They needed to speak with somebody at the top. Just as Professor Banji Akintola is telling them that we need to speak to somebody at the top. We're not speaking to just anyhow.
Boy, people that are looking for Ifafogeli, you know, looking for what
we are not speaking to those. We are
stomach.
How about John Doe, dead people?
We don't have time for such. We have to speak to the principal officers of that country.
Yes.
President Pence invited the president of Nigeria, vice president.
Vice president.
Yeah, and he came with that nonsense narrative that is clashers and elders and farmers and bugwe. And the president said, to his face.
He thought he was lying.
You're lying.
He thought he was lying.
You are lying. That was what he told him. So America don't deal on sentiment. They want us, oh, because you're a vice president, then you have told the truth.
And Sister Augusta, remember, sorry, I'm not cutting you. Remember that before that time, that President Trump invited Buhari and told Buhari face to face, you are killing Christians. Stop killing Christians. It has never happened. And they invited the victims from all over the world and Benue to White House. President Trump shook hands with these victims and they told him their story directly. So we are beyond the lies that diplomatic community would like to be painting and speaking English over wine. No, lives are involved. Go ahead, please, my sister.
Yeah, like when he told him to his face that you are lying. And the vice president.
Do you know what happened to the diaper he was wearing? He started leaking. It was all over.
He put on it.
his diaper malfunction.
Malfunction. Anyway, he told his face that you're lying. And he didn't have any option that to go back and, say that they, that kind of a thing. But that is the truth.
So he went back to say, they have caught us. So.
They
have caught us. So.
And that is why we say America deals in fact and not emotion. That's the truth. So application of necessary laws and acts as much as possible. This is the honesty and sincerity we've been expecting, especially from UN. That's United Nations and ICC. We've been saying when they were killing us, UN, we are keeping your notice. In all the time that we are shouting, we are keeping your notice. America was already seeing it. You understand? We didn't need to keep anybody on notice. It's just that we didn't need to get out there to get ourselves short. So now, US is holding UN and ICC accountable. That's the truth. They're calling them out for negligence. Because they all kept thinking that it's clashers and elders and with Nigerian press or Nigerian media. Oh my God. They can't
you will not know anything is going on, my dear.
Everybody knows the truth, but they can't say because it is doctored all the time. They have to tell them what to say and what not to say. If not, then
if you have the audacity to say, they will say, oh, disclaimer. This is not our opinion. This is this random guy. Office.
They will get shut down if they say anything contrary to what the government wants. They'll get shut down. So America is already calling UN and ICC for negligence, for saying that they had insufficient evidence to bring Fulani Islamic terrorists to book as far back as 2021. How could they say they have insignificant or insufficient evidence when there was bomb blasting like on a daily basis?
Dead body everywhere.
What bodies everywhere? And do you want everybody to die for you to know that it is sufficient enough? Anyway, so America is watching. For overlooking genocide and serious crimes against humanity. Yes, Nigeria has come to that extent. That religion is being used as an instrument of war rather than an instrument of peace. Nigeria has now been placed as an entity of particular concern. Yes, it has come to that. It has come to that. So the video, I think that was part of the video that Sister Amuna played. The entire video, I think it's about 3 hours plus. If you all have time, go watch the entire video. You will see the interview and everything, the bipartisan agreement that they reached. So, and in this case, there's now congressional hearing on Nigeria. It's bipartisan, that both parties, so it's not like it's a Democrat or Republican thing. Both parties agree that there is war, and this war is there. It's physical. They are seeing it, even though our people are lying about it. I mean, the press in Nigeria or the government in Nigeria is lying about it. Witnesses invited to say what they know. The LNC and MNN is providing the much needed first-hand account of victims and serving as a guide to the international stakeholders. The congressional hearing will lead to a US congressional resolution on Nigeria. There's also ongoing discussion on appointing special envoy for Nigeria. You know, we've been saying this, and this was part of the recommendation that the LNC gave. At that, the document that I read earlier was part of the recommendation. But we, the people, must lead the entire process of this conflict resolution and the restoration of peace and dignity to our people. The life of all humans matter, including that of unborn babies. We must break this cycle of violence, death, and impunity. We can't move one more month living like this. And we have been saying this. And thank God for the constitutional force majeure that happened on the 16th of December 2020. Guess what? You all have the right to go online and add your name, add your signature. We've all done that. Sign. Let's get these numbers going. Share, share, share. Call your community. Tell them to sign. Send that link to them. Let them sign their name. As we've often said in this platform, everybody is a stakeholder. There is no supreme anybody telling us what to do. This is that everybody is part. Everybody would go there and get that information by themselves. So you have the right to go online, get all the details that you need, sign this document, and get this thing moving. Please, as I said, today is the 11th day of the proclamation, and we are counting down. Thank you very much, Sister Mona.
Thank you, my sister. Sister, please go ahead. Unmute yourself.
I'm trying. Thank you so much, Sister Augusta, for breaking it down for our people, because we like teaching it step by step. So we want our people are asking questions now, because we can't move, like Sister Augusta said, we can't do one more month without sorting this things out, making sure that our lives are safe and the land is safe. So people are asking, what is expected? What do you want us to do? Like Sister Augusta said, you start with signing that petition. We want you to be informed of what is being done on your behalf. You need to know. Because if you don't know these things, you go and be killing yourself. Somebody will give you a toy gun. You'll be running up and down in Ubiapu, like somebody said. in farmland, the little farm that my people put together, the cassava farm. You go there and be running around with some toy from Walmart. Please, you need to be informed. We don't want you following criminals that call themselves freedom fighters. One had audacity to say, I saw it on Twitter, where he said he was debunking the people that are doing constitutional force majeure. I said, who are you to debunk who? Well-trained lawyers, Steve, Barrister Fred, the president of LNC, 2 PhDs in law, London trained. That I don't know whether he studied law with Impanaka, Kando, in that village in Panaka. When you read with Impanaka, you won't see the lines very well.
All of your face, the Panaka brings out suits.
As you're inhaling that carbon monoxide, your brain is going to sleep. What will you understand? Then when people are talking, you too will come and come. Ordinary English, you can speak.
He has Twitter account now. He will talk.
Oh, I forgot. They want everybody to open Twitter. So Twitter doesn't really, anybody, my mother can have Twitter accounts, everybody. It's terrible. So we want you to be informed, please. Stop following these people that are talking nonsense. Imagine, because we remember, Nnamdi Kanu, he told his followers that he lacked the ability, the administrative capacity. He says it all the time. I can't lead, I can't lead. I just want freedom for my people. That means you do not have what it takes to lead our people. So what are you doing blocking us? What are you doing running around like you have something?
Money then. Money, sister, money has to come. We're gonna run in the circle so that my money can come in and flow while we're running around the wilderness. Money. Yeah.
Freedom fighters. Yahoo freedom fighters. 419 freedom fighters. You're running up and down. You say, I just want to help them to get freedom. No, you're not helping them to get freedom. You are running up and down, holding power like a drunkard that is holding a bottle of whiskey. That's what you're doing. You're not letting my people to go. You're not allowing my people to go where they will see life. You're undermining every move that my people are making towards bloodless freedom. My people have told you severally, we don't want blood anymore. We have died enough. And there's no need for that blood at this point in time. There's no need for it. But you want to draw war to our land. You're doing everything possible to make sure that you draw war because you're not living on the land. You want to destroy all the properties that were built because you don't have any. You have never built any by yourself. So why won't you destroy? So please, stop dividing our people. Our people need to unite so that they can understand what is going on. Stop lying about everything and exposing our people to avoidable bloodshed and destruction. These things are avoidable. We see you endangering our youth. You carry plastic toys and give to them to go and act movie inside cassava farm and put it on YouTube. There's this article that somebody published, in the Nations. I think they made some press release or something. Because by that thing, they are alleging that the activities of Nnamdi Kanu has led to the death of 28,000 youths, brainwashed youths.
Scary.
Sister, and they decide it's almost like her entire village died, cleared, because somebody wants to be stupid. We're explaining this thing for people that are asking us, they're telling us, do your own and leave him to do his own. No, we will not. We will not leave him to do his own. He's not doing anything. He's cleaning our people. No, we're telling you.
If he gets pregnant and give birth, then we'll leave him alone. That would be the yardstick. Any day he gets pregnant and go to labor room and give birth by himself, then we'll leave him alone. Right now, we are not leaving him alone.
Exactly. So we can't leave him alone. This thing is like what happened there, that Ghana tragedy that happened in Nigeria, in America, by Jim Jones. They call him a mad Messiah. They always come and answer Messiah. Once you answer Messiah, just be by yourself. No, but they want to brainwash you with religion. That's why they first of all tell you that they have come to save you. Save you from who?
They were sent by God too.
Yes, they were sent by God to save you. And you know what the people here? Yes.
Messing up the name of God just because you want to make money out of it. You know that our people are very spiritual. We like listening to anything about God, anything about our own Chikwu Okike. You know that we love it when anybody mentions God anywhere. And you want to come and use it to mess us up. Your time is up. Stop, just stop. Your time, you promised us Biafra in December.
Close shop, my dear, close shop.
December for 5 days, okay? And Biafra has not come yet. Yeah. It's because you don't have plans.
Close shop. You
don't have plans. Close shop and tell our people to go and sign the petition so that we can get that Biafra that everybody has been longing for. Biafra is going to come, but you have to sign that petition for it to happen. Go and sign the petition, our people. Sister, sorry.
They're always coming with distraction. They have the fake lawyer somewhere, the random guy somewhere carrying on with petition. And we keep telling them, our people are so gullible, it's not even funny. You wonder, like, who created this set of mad people and called them our people? They will follow someone that will lead them to hell and they'll be, my dear. Let me not even go there. It's very scary.
It's the effect of brainwashing people, especially with religion. If 900 Americans can follow Jim Jones and die, it is America that you have information everywhere. But these people died following religion, false religion. This is the power of false religion. Nnamdi Kanu used false religion to brainwash our people. As we speak, according to that article, 28,000 youths dead. 30,000 in jail, spread everywhere in all forms of prison, dungeon, suffering, just by activities of IPOB and Nnamdi Kanu. We're not talking about the ones that people did and got into trouble because of Fulanis. This is another Fulani inside us. 30,000 are in youths, are in different prison, forgotten. People like Akuwara, nobody is there helping them. 30,000 widows have been created. Widows, 30,000 widows. 45,000 fatherless are out of school. Are we going forward or backward?
Okay. Why some random guy makes money?
This statistic is staggering and mind-blowing. It cannot go unnoticed anymore. And that's why we're telling our people, let's stop evil. Evil is evil. We are using this medium to beg Uche Mefo. Please, Uche Mefo, stop dancing a little to the right, a little to the right, left. You know the truth. Can you speak the truth for the sake of our people and set our people free?
Free.
Can you speak the truth and set our people free? Be bold. Even one Anambra State, you are a man. Be bold and stand firm like Obido Obienu and speak truth. Stop dancing to the left and right. It will not help anybody.
Because he is complicit in everything that happened. He's the deputy. Okay, now you're telling us that you don't know parts of all these things. Meanwhile, and in all honesty, Nnamdi told us that he has 3 of the information, which he has 2, and one other person has 1. So I can just give him a leeway that probably doesn't have the total sanity of all the info. Now that you know what is at stake, you know the truth, why don't you come out and talk? Obi is no longer missing word. He's no longer dancing about the bush. He doesn't, even when you call on their show, I want to start running your mouth. You say, turn it up, turn it up. We don't have time for that. Because we need to be focused and get this thing done. And start using that your human rights radio to tell our people to go and vote, to go and sign that petition. It's important to tell them. Stop coming up and start sounding like the victim. Because as far as me I'm concerned, though, you are not the victim.
No. Uche Mefo is not the victim. There are some of our young ones that are back home on the floor that we are speaking to. They are very aggrieved. The wound is deep. Lives have been lost. And you're complicit to it.
Yes.
Just the fact, as daughters of truth, that we are once IPOB, we took it upon ourselves to expose the lies to set our people free. Because we can't exonerate ourselves. A time came when ignorance.
Oh, exactly.
Right. So, I mean, go ahead. You're back. You were frozen.
Okay. Am I back?
Yes.
Okay. So I said that we before the fact that we were once in IPOB and principal officers at that, when we are telling our people, oh, support IPOB, when we found out that they were not doing it, because you have to be going inside before you now find out the whole truth. You won't find the whole truth at the main road. It's when you join somewhere, you're driving, you get to inside. By the time we got to Isimili, we found out that there's no plan for our people. Nothing whatsoever. We came out. Twice we as we enter with our 2 legs, we use our 2 legs to come out. But when we came out, like Sister Mona said, we did not go under the table to hide. We went on the rooftop and started shouting. This is 419, no. 419, 419, as daughters of the land. We did what Adane we always do. We started shouting to our people, this is 419, we are being tricked. It's not real. And thank God today, more people are coming out affirming that thing that we said about a year ago. And we are begging Uche Mefo, please, it's not about your ego. It's not about you. This is not about me. It's about our people. The salvation of our people is at stake. The freedom of our people is at stake. Say what you know. You know more than you're saying. Say what you know and set my people free. Then maybe our people will begin to forgive. Because right now, you're not really doing it. Please, we are begging you. I beg you. Because it will be better. You now say what you need, you know. The one you don't know, you say, I didn't know when it happened. But you apologize. You understand the difference? It's not just saying, as if you're a victim. No, apologize because you are deputy. And on that registration of Radio Biafra, you are there as director. That means you're equal partner within Nnamdi Kanu. So if your other partner is doing evil, you say you don't know. My dear, you're not even representing us. Because there's no way you should not know. If you don't know, that's when you start shouting. See, my name is on this paper, but they're not telling me things. So you start shouting. You won't wait for not doing it and waiting this long. And our people died. Widows produced. People in jail, my dear brother. It's not, don't say, I don't know. Just say, I'm sorry. How can we do it right? What do you want people want me to do? And we are telling you here, you apologize and then start pointing our people to the right direction to sign that petition, because we want bloodless freedom. We don't want to die again, and there's no need to die. So it's time for everyone to begin to raise the voice, a positive voice to good governance, for good governance, everyone. And democracy, we deserve it, it's our right. Now is the time, not tomorrow. He said the world has left us behind. We can't afford to waste more weeks. The 90 days here is not for us. The 90 days is for the enemy. To tell the enemy, if you wait for 90 days, we'll be gone before you finish. We are not waiting for 90 days to finish and then we start doing what we're doing. The process is ongoing. You can see what is happening in the US. That thing is going on. There are so many other things happening on the ground that you are not seeing. So we are not waiting for 90 days to finish. We are moving. And for those of you that are calling us and making some proposal, I read one man talking about June 12th. I don't know what is wrong with our people. They gave you a whole package, 20-year plan, 16 steps of what needs to be done. Out of the 16 steps, 14 have been done, and you're seeing the results. We posted that chart on our wall in Daughters of Truth. Go and read it, enlarge it, and look at the step 1 to 16. See how everything is being done line by line. America, as we speak, have that thing. They know that we have been doing it. Then all of a sudden, somebody will jump out from one forest and start saying, oh, June 12th, you need to do this. You need to, is it you're showing us that you went to school? You can speak English? What is this all about? We have told you time without this number, without number on this platform, that some people have certificate, but they are not really educated. Because the meaning of education is that your brain has been exposed to some critical analysis where you will think very well before you speak. For the fact that you just speak without thinking, it shows that you're not really schooled. You might have some certificates. That means you memorized. So those of you answering doctor, professors, lawyer, whatever, but you're not showing us what you learned in school. Please, we're begging you. Can you close shop? Just keep your mouth shut, please. Please, beg you. Because this is a critical moment. We are at the number 14 of that step. I hope I'm still coming out, Mrs. Amanda.
Yes, yes.
We are number 14 of that. So we need to do the next one. We're not asking for suggestion at this point in time. You were not there suggesting for all this 1 to 14, and everything was done to this point. We want you to understand what is being done and what is remaining. Then you will understand the role you need to play in it. Not for you to be suggesting English and speaking English. It's too late. I was telling somebody that what this to me, for those that read Bible, in Israel, when they were traveling from wilderness to freedom, at a point in time, some woke up and said, is it only Aaron we will listen to? Is Aaron the only priest? We too, we can pray too. We also hear from God. God told Moses, say, let's not argue about this. Tell them to bring their staff to the tent of meeting. Bring Aaron's staff, and they should bring their own staff. I, God, would decide who I have chosen to work with. And in the morning, the other 11 staff, they were dead. Wood that you can use only for suya, to fry suya, to make suya. But Aaron's staff budded. Did not only bud, brought almond fruits. We're talking about fruitfulness of strategies. We've had several strategies, up to 42 groups, promising to give us freedom. Only one staff budded. The staff of LNC MNN. He made it to the international community, and the international community accepted it, scrutinized it, looked at it, and said, as stakeholders, we will work with this. Is it difficult for you to understand that? We are not, it's not politics yet. We are saying, what is the fastest vehicle out of here? We are trapped. Onye na-eje eje, kedu moto na-apụ apụ? Which vehicle is moving? We appreciate all the work that every other person has done, making noise, agitating. We appreciate it. But we're saying, please, now, close shop. We have done it on this platform. Say, all you fake freedom fighters, close shop. All you political parties, political class, close shop. Wait. Let's finalize. Then you can start your political what you're doing. Because if you don't do that, because we're telling people that this is like a flight. Sister Muna last Saturday, he said, you should tighten your seat belts that we have taken off. But if you refuse to tighten your seat belts, what will happen? You will fall off the flight. Please, this is a multi-layered approach, step by step. Action has begun and is ongoing. Steps are already being taken to ensure the safety of our people, now and forever. We want a long-lasting solution. It's not something that we just do today, then tomorrow something else will happen. When we are no more here, they'll start killing our children again. No, we want a long-lasting solution, a solution that will give us freedom forever. Look at America, after 200 years, they're still enjoying democracy.
Mm-hmm.
We deserve it.
Amen.
We want development. We demand it. We want it. And we are here to ensure that things are done right. Every Nigerian should be sane enough to get this simple truth. That power belongs to the people. And that is how the people will make constitution. When they make their regional constitution, they will bring it to the center. And then we'll go through referendum where people will say, I'm in or I'm out. This thing is just 2 steps. It's finished. Is it that difficult to understand? We need you to get it because we are moving. We are not waiting for you. We are moving. We have entered the vehicle and we are going. Thank you very much, sisters.
Thank you, sister. Yeah, you're right. We are moving. The flight is taking off. If you do not button your seatbelt, you will not like where you found yourself. So please do the right thing. So it's time for us to take phone calls. We posted our Zoom ID number. It's the same ID number, 987-346-0692. And the password is 003282. And the WhatsApp number is +2 281 643-7283. And the phone number is +1 774 338-0942. So this is a time for you guys to come in and give us your contributions. Using any of those platforms, WhatsApp, Zoom, phone number, whichever one that you prefer. So I am super excited because for so many months we are discussing on how we are working with the US, and some people are still doubting it. The thought is it's a matter of going in a hallway, which anybody can go to and take a picture and tell people that you're in the White House. And we're telling you that we have an alliance, we have collaboration with those that can facilitate our freedom. And some people think, they think it was a joke. So the evidence is abound. You can see the congressional hearing. Our brother attended Tony attended one last year, and here's another congressional hearing going on in the same, regarding the same information. So it's like they even have more intelligence now as we speak. So the ball is in our court. We just have to come on board and do the right thing. We should not be on this platform talking over and over and over again about the same thing that we've been explaining. We need people to begin to understand this process and share it. This is the good news of freedom, not the freedom that is done by one random person that you don't know where we will get you. It's not a random freedom of a church pastor who is in charge of everything. He's in charge of the money. He's the one that decides where the money goes and all. This is, yeah, and our brothers and sisters, they've been doing this without even asking so much for help. So you can imagine. Call out your name. Okay. Your name and where you're calling from. Can you turn on your video? Oh, you're always coming with different ID numbers, phone numbers, you know. Okay.
I'm so sorry. It depends on the device I'm using. Sometimes I will use iPad, sometimes my phone. So Merry Christmas and shalom, shalom, shalom to all my sisters. You guys look beautiful and kind of look relaxed, but I know you guys were busy cooking and entertaining yesterday, but still have the time to come on to, interact with us. So I appreciate you guys. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
So to add to what you guys were discussing, I cannot thank all the visionaries and activists out there that started this process, even when we were all sleeping and trying to find our behind, So everybody has to come on board, and but the whole thing is that it had already been declared, and waiting, counting down for Nigerian government to do the needful. As per the noisemakers and their what is it called again? The froster, right?
Franchise, so, Biafra Rogue franchise.
Yeah, Biafra Rogue franchise. So who knows where he's hiding, and operating on a borrowed timeline, because he didn't create that thing. Trust me, he did not create that Eastern. He's just trying to, to be relevant. He didn't create it.
No, he's actually moving now. He's moving.
Yeah.
What is he creating? Right. You have to camp a military somewhere now. How do you have a military group in another country? It's not even possible now.
Yeah, he didn't create it. And my advice should all the politicians and the likes of what is his name again?
Is it Abari Bear?
Barry Bear.
God is waiting.
I'm sure Barry Bear is behind this. But the best thing they would do right now is to legitimize that thing and have everybody come on board and say how that would operate. Because very soon our people.
You don't legitimize anything that is fraud. Okay.
Yes, don't do that.
But what I'm saying, but everybody, when everybody come together and decide how to go about it. Okay, because
it has already been done. It is like reinventing the wheel. In the process we are inside.
Right.
Security is part and parcel of it. This thing is 20-year plan. Every other thing you see them doing, they're distracting the thing that is being done. So there's nothing like everybody come together. Everybody's already together. People need to just go and sign petition, because the thing is obvious. Which other everybody is going together when international America is involved in what is going on? Everybody is together already. The alliance has been formed. Remember, we built the intra-regional alliance, which the people came together and had solemn assembly in 2015 in Lower Niger, 2017 in Yoruba land, 2018 in Middle Belt. That's the first step. The next step is international imperative, which you are seeing the evidence. So work is already going on. The only coming together is to sign petition. That's it.
I agree with you, my sister. So again, I'm not here to talk on behalf of that rogue franchise, but I'm just saying he's a borrowed head. Because he promised his followers that he's gonna give them Biafra for October and December, 2 days from now, 3 days from now, right? So he's trying to just, be relevant. And they just want also to help him. I guess he begged them. Who knows how much he paid them anyway, to just be used, to be borrowed. But I also feel sorry for our people, because most of them are on this platform, typing in nonsense. They're not listening. Amotekun. How did Amotekun came about? Their stakeholders, their politicians, whether they like them or not, were still backed it up. And that's how and why Nigerian government are not there killing them or hunting them. You see? So without the backing of ESN or whatever it's called, by the politicians, by stakeholders involved, our people are gonna die. So the best thing right now is for that borrowed head to just stay out and shut up and, you know, stay out of the scene for now. Because like you said, rightly said, Sister Ekwe, everything is a package. Everything is packaged together in this constitutional force majeure. So therefore, everything else, like you rightly said as well, is a distraction. So we don't need that distraction. So a Baribe, right? Yes. And whoever else is working, you know, with them behind the scene. If anything happens, they're not gonna be the one to die. Okay, our men and our boys are gonna die, and they will be behind the scene doing what? Pretending that they don't know what is going on, and that's wrong. So our instead of you know, this ESN, our people need to start going after those politicians that are not talking, those politicians that are not, you know, doing the right thing with the allocation that they are giving them. Okay, clean up your environment. Look at Onitsha, look at Aba, look at, it's just a, you know, a nightmare. Do what you could, okay? Don't worry about the work that has already, you know, been started. Go and sign the petition and start cleaning your environment. And, you know, to wait for the declaration, which is already made, but you know, the freedom to come together and now decide. Are you gonna wait, just sit down and sit in a dirty environment waiting for, you know, for your freedom to be given to you before you know what to do? Okay, people need to start cleaning their environment, start practicing how to, you know, how to be free, you know, stop living in slums. And
you mentioned something, you know, I don't want you to be surprised at what the Nigerian politicians, the political class are trying to do, like people like Aberiwe. It's still about politics, you understand? They have seen where the people are going, that their job is over for them. So when you see them trying to team up with Nnamdi Kanu,
right,
it's still to make sure that they are, you know, the politics is the only job they have to do. When you tell them to stop, it's like you have taken the finger bottle away from them. Right. So anytime you see them conniving with Nnamdi Kanu, because it doesn't make sense.
Right.
The Omoteku that you mentioned, you can see how the process was done and everything. So you see them trying to put so much. Look at it. Whatever they want to set up, how are they going to work with the present government in place? There's no vacuum there.
Exactly.
There's no vacuum. So they will all lead to their death. That's what will happen. Eventually, any state that feels threatened, because there's no vacuum. We have government, even the governors are there, though they're not doing what we want yet because of the constitution. But they're there, they have authority. If they feel threatened, like Wike, he will open door. Any governor that feels threatened will open door for the enemy to come in, and who will die? Our people.
Our people.
Whatever is what doing is what doing will. Yeah, well,
that's what I'm saying.
Follow the protocol. If you don't follow protocol, we will not give account of what will happen to you.
Yeah, exactly. So that's exactly what I'm saying too.
Yeah.
Okay. So the governors, the politicians, if anything happens, they are not the ones to die. Our people will die. So everybody has to start speaking up. ESN is ESN. Eastern, it's not Biafra anymore. Why is it not Biafra network?
Sister, thank you so much. We have another caller.
Okay.
Yeah, it is what it is, you know. Thank God that we're here to open the eyes of our people. Thank you so much for your contribution.
One more thing about Uchemefo. So for Uchemefo, again, like you guys just said, I'm not sure what is going on with him. If you know, Obidio Bienu, like he's out there. He is like out there trying to guide and direct Uchemefo, but Uchemefo is still like holding back. I'm not sure what is holding back anymore. You are no longer, you know, part of what is going on. Why don't you just, you know, declare yourself out? You see?
Okay, so, while they're playing games, the ungoverned spaces of Nigeria, the terrorists will feel them like flu. The governor said their Fulanis are like flu. They will occupy the space and they will deal with those that they need to deal with. Thank you so much for your contribution.
Anyway, thank you, ladies. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, caller, your name and where you're calling from. Samuel Ekwo. Samuel, are you in? Samuel? Okay. Someone is not speaking, so I'm not sure what happened, if he's having connectivity issue. Oh, there you
Okay,
are.
I think it's coming now.
All right.
But we can't hear him.
No
Maybe
audio.
you should check the volume. Check your volume, sir. Yes, you know, where you mentioned as the ungoverned spaces. Okay, is it back?
Yeah, go ahead. When he comes on, we can.
Okay. You know, we want like this topic today. We have told our people what you will see to know that your state is now a rogue state. It has fallen into the category that we call ungoverned spaces, a threat to the entire global peace. So the world will not sit down watching Nigeria to explode.
He's trying to talk. He's trying to talk.
No, he's asking us if we can hear him. Let's just see if we continue. We still cannot hear him.
We can't hear him, yes.
So if you look at the bottom, since you're using Zoom, look at the bottom of your screen. The mic shouldn't have a line around it. Shouldn't have a red line around it. So if you click on the mic, it should unmute you on your own side. Yeah. So the Zoom number is 987-346-0692 and the password is 003282. The WhatsApp again is +1 281 643 7283 +1 281 643 7283, and the phone number is +1 774 338 0942 +1 774 338 0942. So I'm not sure what's going on with this.
Is the volume up? Because it's not showing muted. Is
no,
it
not.
His own volume?
I think he's using, maybe Oga call from a phone. Your laptop volume is not doing a good job. Yeah, because you're not muted. So the volume on your device, your laptop or whatever you're using is not working. You can also try to call in to the WhatsApp number, or you can call into the regular phone number. Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
So we're trying to explain to our people that Nigeria has become a threat to the global community. People are not getting it. This is not, it's not like you said, I said. It's the reality. Nigeria has become a threat to global community, to world peace. Why? Because they opened the borders to terrorists to come in and exchange flags with terrorists and are accommodating terrorists. And the terrorists have taken over the government of Nigeria. You don't need to hide it. Look at all the points we gave you. You look. Is that not what is happening in your land? Terrorists have taken over your government. You don't have government anymore. That's why you're seeing what you're seeing. That's why you have the human rights abuses that you're seeing, lack of justice, everything that you're seeing is because your space has become ungoverned. Terrorists have taken over and are breeding terrorists, ready to export same to the global community. And people that are thinking like America, you see America leading the discussion. You saw when Mr. Augusta was telling us, they indicted ICC. ICC since 2012 or whatever that they said. They got the information, but they refused. They said they did not have enough evidence to execute Fulani, to hold Fulanis accountable. They looked away. They saw people being massacred. Meanwhile, you call yourself ICC. ICC. What is your job?
ICC, my foot.
They saw people being massacred and they turned the other face because even the Fulanis have taken over, they took over that machinery. The same thing with you, and they took over the mission. But you saw America indicting them, calling them out, saying, you did not do what you're supposed to have done. Now people have died. That is the type of thing we are talking about, where everybody will see truth and speak truth as it is, so that people can be free. He's not coming in again, or is he trying to call?
Yeah, I don't know. Please
go ahead.
Yeah, so it's the same thing, and this is the same thing that we're talking about. If our people, especially the churches, the so-called fake churches that has infested all our land, if they can begin to speak on this truth, we would have been home a long time ago. This whole thing would have made sense. But no, what are they using their time to do? Collect from people that the government has taken the last drop that they have. Then you go and squeeze them to squeeze their intestines out for you.
My sister,
Why you know overseas?
Somebody had the audacity to tell me that they are talking about spiritual things. Me, I'm talking about constitution.
My dear, they don't have any brain anymore, and that is so sad. And that's why we say the new sheriff is in town now. We're not waiting for you to receive brain. We will pick you up and take you to the appropriate destination for proper treatment. So don't get it twisted. We are not here to, whether you study PhD or your English or whatever you think you're speaking, we will pick you up and take you to the appropriate destination because you're going to need treatment. It's just that simple. We are sick and tired of the English speaking nonsense. We are sick and tired of the education, accolades. We are tired of all this nonsense that you guys been doing all along. While we think the elites, the so-called people that call themselves elites, big names, they were doing work we didn't know. They were just sharing while our people are dying. Enough of the madness. So including you, whether you are appearing on channel TV, talking nonsense, going from north to south, while the host will be asking you a question that even the terrorists themselves will not ask. So pathetic. They know that their lives are in danger. They are busy collecting salary every month. Do you know, I was watching this American show yesterday, and they were saying how people stood up. They knew hunger was going to be in the land. They stood, that's how this minimum wage started in 1940 something. They knew they were hungry. They didn't have enough, my dear. They strike for 4 months in the midst of hunger.
Can you imagine?
Can you imagine? Because we kept saying, oh, the reason why people cannot do it is because they are so hungry. No. You're going to die either way. You're just dying slowly. That's all. You're just dying slowly. These people stood there, right? They started with the minimum wage, started asking Hershey. They were actually using the Hershey company, the chocolate company, to do this. They started asking them to give benefits to their workers, insisting that people must get time off, insisting that these are the minimum wage you should pay. These are overtime if you stay over, my dear. If not, these people we are working while the man was making so much, his wealth keep quadrupling. Whereas the people that is working for him are struggling, So somebody has to stand up for what is right. We cannot continue to support churches, whether they are the GO churches or Mbaka churches or whatever they are doing back home churches, wasting the lives of our people when they should be speaking about the true freedom that Christ himself offered to us. And yet they're holding us hostage because we are under their command. And then if that's not bad enough, that these people are commanding us on the other nation, these people are commanding us in the other part of the nation, we go and follow the madman ranting on the radio as if we don't have enough madness inside of us. Everywhere we see slavery, we will say, please sign me up. Sign me up. Now we're talking about freedom. You are not getting it because you have been enslaved so long. But guess what? We're not waiting for you. When the time comes, you will be taken to the appropriate location for rehabilitation because that's what most of you need.
But they did it because if you are a slave and you're not aware that you are a slave, you obviously have some mental stuff and you need rehabilitation. You are addicted to something. I was talking to our retired police officer. He said she could understand this. Okay, this is like addiction. Like some women that are married to abusive husband. If you are telling them, you say, no, I actually got him very angry. That's why he slapped me. You see the eye, one side, blown out. You see, I think I asked him too many questions. That's why. That's what we call slavery mentality. That woman is addicted to abuse. I even had a friend that was saying, oh, I feel like my husband slapping me. I said, what do you mean? She said, because the settlement after, he would take me out and this will happen. I say, okay. So what you need is that you want your husband to take you out for a dinner.
Pay attention.
You feel like, yes, attention. You need to be pampered. You need to be taken care of. That's what you need. You don't need slap to get that, sister. You don't need boxing match to get that. Just simply tell him, I I think we need to go and eat somewhere. You know, it doesn't need to slap you before it takes you out. That's abuse, and it's called abusive mentality. Now you are addicted to abuse. So you are no more. So people get different addiction. People get addicted to cocaine. Some people get addicted to alcohol, because this thing has a reward center. We're talking about the reward center, the dopamine center. So it's all about what produces dopamine in that reward center. Your brain doesn't know the difference. Your brain can't say, oh, is this one or is that one? So please, we are begging you of you that are preaching fake religion to us, telling us that there's difference between Christianity and freedom, spiritual freedom and physical freedom. Even your Bible says you should pray for those in authority. Why? Because if the authority is not right, you can't spread that to your gospel. You can't preach that to your Bible. That gospel will be restricted. So you need to get the authority right. That is why the Bible said, if the righteous is ruling, the people will be okay. But if the unrighteous is in power, there will be atrocity everywhere. The Bible has told you enough what to say. Just like you choose one side and leave the other side. But we daughters of truth, we are Christian all around. We read everything. In business, there's Christianity. In politics, there's Christianity. I was telling my daughter last night, I said, life is politics. Politics is life. I say this thing will be at home. You see mama trying to talk to papa, to appease papa for the children, and the children is politics.
It's all politics, you're right.
So politics is not dirty. It's the politicians that are corrupt that is making it look as if politics is dirty. In Nigeria, they have demonized politicking because they are evil and corrupted. Politics is life. Be involved in it. It can go with your Bible. A Christian that is not involved in politicking is the one that will be enslaved very soon. That's your freedom, you will lose it. So please do not tell us that you're a Christian and you will not be part of what we're saying. And those that are saying God does not support division, you are sounding like people that say God hates divorce. I tell people like that, I say God also hates suicide. God also hates murder. God hates so many things. Please, let's not go there. Begin to reason the way you should reason. Please, sorry, Sister Mona, please go ahead.
My dear, absolutely. That was necessary for us to begin to reason the way we need to reason. So we are going with our take-home point. Again, this is the show. If you look at all the show that you guys are looking at online, this is the show that at the end of the day will summarize what we've talked about. That's how serious we are, in youth, that's serious. That's how serious we are for you to understand our topic for the day. So we talked about ungoverned spaces today, and we can see those spaces have breed global terrorism and even made Nigeria a threat to the world peace. The failure of rule of law, security, and injustice in this area will worsen over time. The 1999 constitutional arrangement is the cause of the failure of rule of law in Nigeria, thereby making this country a rogue state, a failed state, a terrorist state. Just name it, they are all in it. The world, especially America, will no longer tolerate ungoverned spaces in Nigeria and Lake Chad area. They know how dangerous it is. If these spaces are left ungoverned, my dear, by the time with the fluid Fulanese, like the governor of whatever state that was, they will occupy the space. And we know they are coming with knife and machete and AK-47. Immediately, they will take you over, kill you off, and rename your land. And before you know, the 20-year-old will have 7 wives. Within a year, they will have 50 children. They will make it possible. Yeah, when you look at the genetics, it's not, but these people will make it, even if they have to import 5 million women to ensure that each 19, 16-year-old is married with 50 million women just to occupy our land. The ongoing congressional hearing in the US will lead to US congressional resolution on Nigeria. We posted this video on our platform. It's a 3-hour+ video. If you really want to go watch it, please do, so that you can begin to appreciate the work that LNC has done, as well as the International Religious Committee they have done over time. So to hasten this process, all you have to do is to be part of the constitutional force majeure and sign the petition. We mentioned this here, time with that number. Go to your grandmother. This is not the time to be giving money anymore. We said the mom that has been praying all along, asking for freedom for her children, tell mama freedom is near, for her to hold on. Mama, sign here, freedom is near, freedom is around, freedom is right there by the door. Please, it will make our mothers very happy. Let's stop with the fake movie security apparatus that some people are using to blow their head. Let's be factual about this. We are adults, for God's sake. We are adults. We cannot keep sucking pacifier and think that it's okay. We can no longer live like that. So we have to do what works. And what works is exactly what LNC and its MNN Alliance has been doing. Thank you.
Thank you, my sister. Ndị be anyị ndewonu, daalụnụ. Ka anyị chịkọtazie okwu anyị n'Igbo. So isiokwu anyị tata, nke mbụ, enweghị ezigbo ndị ọchịchị na iwu ji obodo na-eme ka ndị omekome dị iche ju ebe niile n'ala. Ọ bụ ya mere ka ndị ụwa jiri wee kwuo okwu kwụsie ike n'obodo Naijiria na-ewetara ha nsogbu n'ụwa niile. Nke abụọ, obodo ahụ na-enweghị ọchịchị, enweghị iwu, enweghị usoro ziri ezi eji achịkọta ma nekwata ndị mmadụ. Nke atọ, Naijiria abụrụla obodo ndị ohi na ndị ekpelime n'ihi ajọ ntọala 1999 Constitution. Ike agwụla ndị mba ụwa niile na ụdị ajọ akụkọ si n'obodo Naijiria na-apụta. Ndị mba ụwa niile, kachasị ndị mba Amerịka, ebidogo ịkparịta ụka gbasara etu a ga-esi dozie mba Naijiria ka ihe were dịrị mma n'obodo ahụ. N'ihi na ọ bụrụ na ihe dị mma n'obodo Naijiria, ihe ga-adị mma n'obodo West Africa nakwa n'ụwa niile. Nke ikpeazụ, emeela emume ndọtụ ajọ ntọala ahụ 1999 Constitution. Emume ahụ emere ya on the 16th of December, wiki ya gara aga. Ihe a naziri ya ugbu a bụ ka ndị obodo niile dị iche iche ndị chọrọ nnwere onwe binyezie aka n'akwụkwọ a na-akpọ petition wee kwado ya bụ emume emere. Ka ọ ga-awụ na ụbọchị 19 site n'ụbọchị 16th December, ị marazie na ihe niile a na-ekwu ekpokọta okwu niile ka ihe wee dị mma. Ndewonu.
Ẹ káàárọ̀ àwọn ènìyàn wa, àkọ́dẹ̀ tá a máa mú lọ sílé lónìí. Ìkíní, ààyè láìṣàkóso ó ti yọrí sí ìpíláyà àgbáyé. Òun dẹ̀ ló jẹ́ kí Nàìjíríà jẹ́ ìrọ̀kẹ́kẹ́ tó ń jẹ́ kí a má ní àlàáfíà ní gbogbo ayé. Ìkejì, kò sí òfin, kò sí ààbò, kò sí òdodo ní gbogbo àyè yìí. Ìkẹta, ìsọ̀tọ̀ orílẹ̀-èdè 1999 tá à ń pè ní 1999 Constitution, òun ló ń fa gbogbo yánmayànmá pẹ̀lú rádaràdá tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nílẹ̀ Nàìjíríà. Ìkẹrin, ìlú Amẹ́ríkà kò ní faradà mọ́ ààyè láìṣàkóso tó wà nílẹ̀ Nàìjíríà àti ilẹ̀ Lake Chad. Ìkarùn-ún, ìgbìmọ̀ ìjọba tó wà nílẹ̀ Amẹ́ríkà tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ nísinsìnyí, òun ló máa yọrí sí ìpinnu tá a fẹ́ nílẹ̀ Nàìjíríà. Ìkẹfà, ó di dandan ní gbogbo wa máa lọ sign petition tó wà ní website tẹ́ máa pè ní www.freedomfromnigeria.com. Constitutional force majeure tó ti ṣẹlẹ̀, gbogbo ala ní láti lọ fi ọwọ́ sílẹ̀ ká sign petition yẹn. Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀ ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa. So, Sister Muna, if I may want to round up a little bit, when Sister Ekwe was talking about the people loving their abusers, You know, we normally refer to that as the Stockholm syndrome. You know, you love your abuser, you're so used to your abuser. I remember talking to some people, and they're like, the governor of Enugu and the governor of Ebonyi State is doing a whole lot. And I'm like, duh. I don't see the whole lot that he is doing. It actually was said in comparison to other governors. And I'm like, hey, your abuser, you can't be fanning the flame or clapping for that person that is abusing you. He's supposed to do his job. That is his job. He's paid to do that job. It's because we do not request accountability. We do not request for their work ethics. So we believe that they are helping instead of doing their job. And lately, people are clamoring around former governor of Abia State, Orji Uzor Kalu, for presidency. This time around, it is being hyped. And guess what? I think he went to this church where the Reverend Umayo Pai, I think he's the one that is helping to push that narrative. Even though we have told them to please close shop, we don't need you all to continue to subdue us. And people are clapping. So our people are so used to this suffering. They are so used to it that when they see a little tiny light, they start thanking God that, hey, my abuser is at least doing something. No, your abuser is paid to do the job. Unfortunately, there is no accountability. So we are using this opportunity to tell our people, wherever you are, whatever ethnic nationality that you belong to, please go to this website, www.freedomfromnigeria.com, and sign the petition. It's important that every ethnic nationality signs this petition. We need to sign this. We need to sign it. There are a lot of petitions going out there, but please, this one is very, very important. This is the one that is helping us, calculate the total number of people that are even outside and within signing this petition that we're going to take to the UN to let the whole world see that, hey, we really, really support the force majeure. The countdown is real. We're no longer interested in that nation called Nigeria. We want the ethnic nationalities to go back to what it used to be. Go back to you owning what it's supposed to be yours. Because the guy in Zamfara still believes that the Jinjigawa still believes that the oil in Bayelsa belongs to him, while the Zamfara the gold in Zamfara belongs to Zamfara. The Constitution is what has allowed that to happen. Now we have pulled down that Constitution. The 1999, the force majeure is all about pulling down that Constitution. So go and be a part of it. Sign. Just sign. It's just your signature that is needed to get this thing going. Thank you very much. And Merry Christmas once again, everyone.
Thank you, Sister Augusta. Thank you. I'm not watching tonight is so like, this is the thing now. So nobody's asking you for money. Nobody's asking you to do anything. Just share the good news and have people sign so we can get to our destination faster. It's a no-brainer. Yeah, during your Christmas gathering, instead of gossiping and telling them what they've been doing to us, you could use your cell phone, go around and ensure that people sign on this petition. That's what you can do. You all have data. Instead of using it to watch all kinds of nonsense, be part of this change, the change movement that we are talking about, and share that information with everyone that you see, whether in a motor park or inside a taxi or whatever. Share, so we can get where we're going faster. Sister, any final statements before we close?
Not really. You guys have said it all. We need to work together, and the work together is not coming in the idea that is in your head. On this thing that is on the table right now that has brought us so much success. Add to the success. Ask, what do I need to do? Which is signing that thing and spreading the message, like Sister Muna has said. That's all you need to do. Thank you.
Thank you, sisters, brothers. We are happy to see you. Please stay safe. New Year's, I think by the time we see you guys again, it will be the new year. So stay safe, make sure that you are out of harm's way, because our nation is soon coming and we want you to be part of it,
Yep.
Thank you so
Freedom
much
is here.
for all that you've been doing to carry on this good news. Bye-bye.